AI. So who here has infinite time? I wish. Who here has a bunch of lackeys that'll do their job for them? Right? I wish. We may have some people who assist us, but we don't have like a team of just a bunch of people to get everything we want done. So if I'm chopping up too much, let me know. I'll cut off my camera.
I think you're good.
AI. So AI at its core is meant to help humanity do things more efficiently and more effectively. Um, when you think of AI and you think of, oh my God, I'm a PR in a club. Well, how much work do you have to do as a PR person in a club? A lot. You have to create images, you have to make posts, you have to do all of this to get your stuff. You have to create flyers if you're going to put flyers out, and that could be daunting. And sometimes, very honestly, you've run out of ideas. So there are times, even me and Lena sit down and talk, and we're like, I have no idea what to post about this because when you've been doing it for so long or you have so much going on, your brain can struggle with what to do next, right? And that's normal. And AI can help you figure out what that path could look like. Now, will AI give you the answer to every question? No. Is it going to tell you how to bag a wife or a husband? No. Is it going to tell you how to go out there and recruit 10 new members by the end of the year? It's not, it may tell you like recommendations on the process and what you could do, but it's not the solution and the be all end all. It is a tool to help you do better and make it more efficient and make it less time consuming. And with that being said, the learning curve for AI can be a bit time consuming. However, if you learn it, it will not only benefit you as your role as a PR, it can benefit you in your career, it can benefit you in your home life, it can benefit you everywhere you go. A lot of companies, even outside of the tech industry, are looking for some sort of knowledge into AI because it's being implemented everywhere. So, with that, I'm going to give you this disclaimer. What I'm going to talk to you about today is not the everything that AI can do, it is some of what AI can do. I'm going to give you the basics and like the base so that you can go out and explore what's out there. If you look on LinkedIn, if you look on Udemy, you go to Coursera, you go wherever you go to get learning, there is going to be a crap ton of AI courses out there for you to supplement this learning further. They're very strategic and will teach you different parts of it. So let's talk about the before going into the club part, let me mention one thing. Privacy and usage. And I want to state this very clearly because I've had so many people tell me they're afraid of it. AI is a collection of servers on a cloud that has a collection of human information. Um, Depending on the AI model you're using, depends on what it was trained on. Some AI models are trained on general worldwide data. Some are trained on very specific data. But AI is basically a bunch of computers connected together, processing information, running searches, making them quicker. Think of your brain. The more neural connections you have, the faster you can recall things and think and make decisions. So whenever we talk about a neural network, which comes from neurology, it's why they call it a neural network. We think of that in terms of like AI. The more connections you have to the data, the better. The more processors you have running it, the quicker the outcomes will be. Um, so when we talk about privacy, There's some things to key things to remember. If you're on the internet, nothing's private as much as we want it to be. We could take measures to make ourselves more secure. We can add firewalls, we can add, protections, we can add a VPN, we can add blockers, things like that. But remember that don't ever put something like very personal, like your social security number or anything like that out there. Remember this, 99% of tech is not developed to spy on you or get that specific information. So a lot of the time, a lot of the fear comes based from Hollywood movies and things like that, where they've talked about what could happen if it did that, right? You take the 1% chance of it happening and blow it up and make it a 50% chance. So I want y'all to be aware that 90% of the time, AI is not what you think it is. It's not just something sitting behind a cloud waiting for you to give its social security number or to come attack you. It is just a bunch of servers sitting in a data center somewhere in Arizona, California, or one of those desert-ridden places where no bad weather hits. And that it's got really a lot of air conditioners running to keep it cold, processing information. Um, so yeah, privacy-wise. Now, here's something else to remember. If you pay for your model of AI, you will have better privacy protections than if you don't. So ChatGPT, for instance, if you use the free version, they will, there's certain information they will give. They won't give PII because that's legally protected. PII is personally identification information. So like names, all of that stuff, they don't give that out. That normally when you see that given out, it's a hacker who's hacked it. What they do give is this person at this IP address searched for this. You can disable that like with the ad tracking. I highly recommend though, if you do like shopping, don't turn it off because it's amazing how you'll be like talking about it. Like, I want to find a new like toaster oven. And the next thing you know, AI has already put in 4 new toaster ovens in your feed and showing you like what the best features are. It can be helpful. I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna see ads either way. Why not make them a little bit more relevant to you? But it's completely up to you. Remember, the whole point of this privacy conversation is to say that there are ways to make yourself more private. Take research and take those steps. And if you need help, reach out to me, reach out to someone. We can help you get there. If that's a concern, right? So with that, I kind of talked about what AI is. AI is a connection, like a neural network of computers connected, processing information, processing data to give you information. Depending on what the AI was trained on, depends on the accuracy of that information. And I want you to remember this, it is based on human data, so it is not always correct. Trust but verify everything that AI gives you. It's going to try to give you the best information it can, though. As a PR in a club, some of the things that an AI can do for you is help you bulk create ideas. So like say you wanted to do word of the day Wednesdays, but obviously you don't know it's like 52 Wednesday worth of word of the days, right? And if you told AI, hey, I want to create 52 word of the day posts and I need 52 individual words that are more complex or unique or whatever, and their definitions, give it to me. It'll do that. It'll give you a list, and then you can go into Canva, bulk create a whole bunch of posts. And guess what? It took you 10 to 15 minutes to get the whole thing done for the entire year. And then you just go and schedule them. Now, I can't promise that that won't take longer than 15 minutes, but but you got the majority of the work out of the way. The other thing you could do can help with idea generation. So if you are like, I have an event coming up we've done this before. We want something fresh. We want something new. Give me some ideas around a theme for like conference or a meeting. That's a really, it can give you a bunch of things. If you want something trendy, you can ask for something that's trending, right? It takes the information out there on the web and just puts it all in one place. You can get like I said, theme ideas. So if you wanted to start theming your meetings for your clubs, you can ask for themes. You could even say, hey, try to align it to a holiday if a holiday's around that day. The more information you give it, the better. It can help you pick topics for table topics. If you don't have cards, you don't have a bunch of brain power at that day, or for instance, if you're like Angel and tend to go very apocalyptic every time you hit table topics, um, and you have this theme in your mind and you're like, but I don't know what to ask, you can go tell AI, I have this theme for my Toastmasters club, and I want a list of 20 possible table topics questions I can ask. If it doesn't give you correctly, you adjust your wording, tell it what to fix, it'll fix it. And I'll show you some examples of this in a bit. It can give you one thing I included in this is it can give you summaries of your meetings. So in Zoom, there is this AI companion. A lot of people are afraid to use it. I'm going to tell you now, don't be afraid. 90% of the time, these are things sitting on Zoom servers in a cloud or AWS or something like that. All they're doing is taking your meeting recording and summarizing it. Which is really good as a PR because then you can easily take that meeting summary, throw it into another AI system and say, hey, make this into some kind of post or Facebook post or social media, make it friendly for that. And it'll do it. It'll take all of that information, turn it around, make it friendly for social media, and then you have your post ready and written. Now, don't just copy and paste it. Make sure that the wording's correct and it sounds like your club and you, because sometimes AI is not going to make it sound like you. Like, it's just a commonality. And it uses a lot of emojis, which we recently witnessed. So remember, like normal humans don't use that many emojis, but it's okay. It tried. It can also help you make marketing plans. So if you're not in marketing and you don't know much about it, or you're like, I need a 6-month plan on how to market this event coming up, it can give you a couple of options for strategies on how to do that. Yep. So you can tell it to create you a 6-month marketing plan. And you can even have it create you separate marketing plans for Facebook, Instagram, and everything else. It will actually break it down into the platforms so that you have a marketing plan for each. So depending on how deep you want to get with it, you can get pretty deep. It can also give you social media plans. So if you don't know what the heck to post on social media or how much, it can even give you recommendations on that. It can tell you, hey, you're a club, you focus on this. So why don't you post this every Monday? Or why don't you post this every Thursday? It can also do that. So it's not just about the marketing, it can help you figure out what should we be posting. And then it can also really help you, and this is the thing I love, timelines and scheduling. It can help you, like if you have a thing in 6 months and you have to plan it, it can break down what you should have done by when. To where you're on track, you're not falling behind, and you're not burned out. So when we talk about this, it can do all of that and more for PR in your club and for your club. It can write minutes, it can do agendas, it can do a lot. So just know that AI is like, it has so much capability. So let's talk about something I think Julie was mentioning this earlier. Prompt engineering. But I'm just gonna call it prompting because you're not a tech person and well, some of you may be, but if you are, cool, you know exactly what prompt engineering is. If you don't, it's just, it's not engineering per se, it's rewording what you're giving the AI. So prompt, and I'm not going to give a course on this because that's a whole hour or two. What I will tell you to do is look on YouTube, look on places like Udemy. There are a lot of tutorials and video playlists on it. Don't just watch one, watch multiple because they each give you different recommendations. The whole idea behind prompt engineering is a couple of things. First, you're going to teach AI who you are, what you are, what you want from it. So you're going to train the AI that you're working with to remember you and things about your club. Then you're going to make sure that your questions or the prompts that you're giving, so every time you type to AI, it's a prompt. You're going to type enough information that it can give you a good feedback back from it. So you don't want to just go in and say, create me 52 words of the day and give me definitions, make them all different. Because unless you tell ChatGPT anything differently or why you're doing it or what those words should be like, it's just going to spit out whatever words it can. And it may be really elementary words. If you tell ChatGPT that I want 52 words that are complex and unique that aren't normally used in common English language, to challenge people, and I also want their definitions and what they mean with it, that is a more deep approach, but it'll also generate better results. If you don't like something it spits out, tell it. Don't be afraid of the AI overlord. Tell it, I did not like that. Please fix it. And then you can always say thank you to the AI after. So in the event that Terminator happens, we're safe, right? Make it our friend, right? Um, a little humor I love about AI that I always joke about is I always tell my Siri thank you because when she takes over, I want to be her friend. So so at least I'm friendly, right? But don't be afraid to say, fix this. This is wrong. And please, if you're using it to generate images with text, please make sure it does not look like something off of Star Trek or Star Wars. Um, what I mean by that is ChatGPT and the others have a very strong sense of putting foreign characters or whatever characters together because it doesn't know how to write. So remember that. And please don't post that because if it says um toast makers instead of Toastmasters, or it has some weird symbols in there that no one's going to understand, you're not getting your point across. It is better to create an image without the text and add the text on after than it is to have the text be wrong. So that's how you do prompt engineering. There's way more to it, and it's a whole hour or two course that I will not keep you here for tonight or today, depending on where you are. But know that there's a lot of free resources on YouTube that can teach you how to do. So with this, I'm going to give you the top 4 that I believe are the best for general purpose AI day to day. There's 4. The first one's ChatGPT. As most of you know, this was the one developed and created by OpenAI. It was the first, I think it was the first actual prompt AI service, like a generative AI. So this was actually created by Sam and Elon Musk. I think Elon Musk was involved with it at first. Elon Musk backed out whenever they didn't want to go private. So it is what it is. But OpenAI, they're the ones that lead the forefront in it. However, their ChatGPT is not always the best. So I'm just gonna admit that. Gemini is Google's version. And hun, trust me, Google has owned so much in this world that if you're that concerned about them having your data, they probably already do. So I'm just letting you know, Google is everywhere, even when you think it's not. So it is perfectly safe to use Gemini. Go check it out. Gemini does work better for certain things than ChatGPT does, right? So each of the AIs have strengths and weaknesses. Copilot is Microsoft's version. So this is the Microsoft version for Microsoft lovers. Yay. Same thing. Midjourney is the Discord version of it. And Midjourney is their own. It's actually pretty good. They recently added a web app for it and everything. And if you're in Discord, you can actually link it to your Discord servers. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to share my screen and show you each of these. I'm not going to go too far in deep, but I am going to show them for general purposes. So, Lena, you can see this, right? You can't see my Zoom windows, right?
Yeah, we can only see the screen that you're sharing.
Okay, cool. So this is ChatGPT. ChatGPT, if you're on the Mac, does actually have a Mac app. However, I will use this to show you what I mean by trying to get prompts. So like I type in, how do you get the best? I want the best Japanese fountain pens that have swappable nibs. So I'm literally having ChatGPT help me go shopping because I don't have time to search Google. Google's become ad driven. It's they show you a lot of sponsored stuff before they actually give you real results. So this can help you skip it, and it can actually rank what it thinks you'd like best if it gets to know you better. So as you use it, if you can actually tell it, ask me questions if you need, and I can answer them, and it can give you recommendations. The other thing I did, oh God, there's so many. I thought I did. Oh, here we go. I did table topics for the holiday. So Lena was there when I did this the other day. All I typed in was I need table topics for a meeting. These holidays were kind of around the time we were doing it. Give me some topic ideas that I could give to people during the meeting. And that's what it did. And it actually gave me sectioned off responses for each holiday. And then I even added some of my own because it inspired me to do that. Lena was there, Lena knows. So I'm saying with this, ChatGPT is really strong. It is a really great starting point for people. So like this, that's why it's number one in the list. This is the number one place I'd send people to because it has the best history, it has the most updates, and it's if you want the pro version, it's only $20 a month. You can do a lot more with it than just your club stuff. You can do life stuff. You can help it have it have it help you shop like I do. You know, you could do a lot with it. It can also search the web and things like that. When you get the pro version of ChatGPT, you can actually make it private, which means it will not train the AI with your responses. However, if you are not that afraid of it, I highly suggest you have it train the AI. The more training the AI gets, the better it becomes. So like the more user interaction with AI that it actually gets back and processes, it actually helps the further generations of the AI get better at responding to people. But if you're working with sensitive data or you just don't want to have it out there because you like your privacy, you can totally flip that off. Google Gemini, like I said, Google's version. Yay. I've used this a bit. I went back to ChatGPT after though because I felt like it wasn't as strong as ChatGPT. It is really good. It does give you different sentence structuring, which is cool. But overall, it wasn't enough of a difference for me to go to this. However, if you love Google and you're a Google fanatic, or you like have Google suites of services, and or it's included in one of your already subscriptions to Google, um, this is a great place to go, as it's probably already included for you. So I get this through the Verizon plan that I have because I have the Google suite with it. And so that's why I tested it because it came with it. Like I already have a pro subscription to it. So I was like, let me test it. So there's Gemini. The next one is Copilot, Microsoft Copilot, and if you notice, they all look the same. Because ChatGPT started, and basically everyone said, okay, I'm going to make it look like that, just a little different. Microsoft, if you're very privacy concerned, is the best version. However, only if you pay for it. So all of them have the same subscription thing in mind. Pay us and you'll get more privacy. So that is how it works. If you have a business account with Microsoft, all of the stuff that you do in your business account will be housed on its own thing and will not be shared. Microsoft for Business is very secure when it comes to their AI. So this is an option for you. If you like Microsoft or if you already have the Microsoft suite or if you have Microsoft Business licenses. Midjourney, the Discord version. This is like the pretty home screen to it. If you hit explore, Midjourney is very good at creating images. It is like the place I would go to create images. It can also do text now because they've been so like I said, this started in Discord. I have not been able to play around with this as much as ChatGPT, but it's the next thing I'm testing. Um, it is very good with imaging. It is getting better at text. Like I said, they didn't really have a word, yeah, sorry. They didn't really have a web app till like a couple months ago, so they're developing more and more. What's good about this is it can actually do a lot for you as well. So you can create images. Oh, hold up. You can do editing, you can personalize. Um, Personalization is really good when it comes to you want to personalize your AI. The other good thing about Midjourney is they're very transparent. They tell you exactly who their founders are. They tell you what they do with everything, who all works on everything. And it's because Discord was built for gamers and developers. And so developers are very big on transparency, especially around AI. Um, so like I said, this is probably the next place I'm going to test. Now, subscription wise, let me look for you. So ChatGPT Pro is $20 a month. Microsoft and Copilot, I think, are 30. I mean, not Microsoft and Gemini are like 30, 40, depending on what plan you get. Midjourney, it depends. So, Midjourney basic, they have a basic, standard, pro, and mega. They're this is how much fast GPU time they have. Relaxed, so fast means like how fast they process things for images, right? It can work solo and Discord direct messages, so you can do stealth mode. So if you wanted to do stealth mode where like nothing sees your images and videos on their website, or you can keep it private, you have to get a pro plan. So just like everyone else, yay. But they're pretty transparent in what they're doing. So this is probably the next one I'm gonna test. But yeah, there you go. Now, the other thing I'm gonna show you, and this is the last like demonstration part for AI. You're in Canva, which apparently is what a lot of people use. If you don't use Canva, it's okay. Like I said, if you use PowerPoint, Microsoft has Copilot. If you use Google services, there's Gemini. ChatGPT is the overall arcing overlord right now. And then you have Midjourney who's coming into this. So Lena showed me this earlier, and I'm gonna do what Lena did. So you could type in Toastmasters open house. And I think yeah, I think that's what she put. So obviously I don't have the magic thing, Lena. So I don't know what you did.
Uh,
But cool.
Do you want me to share my screen and show that?
How do I find it? Because I'm in the
Yeah,
district.
I'm not sure if you should be able to
Uh,
see it.
I don't know.
I could maybe share my screen and show because it's already reflecting in
Yeah,
the,
let me now, Lena, share real quick.
yeah, okay.
So Lena did more with Canva than I did, so that's why Lena has it ready. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
So you're able to see my Canvas screen?
yep,
Okay.
got it.
So this is, and it's not required that you need to have a pro account for this because I tested it on my personal Canva account, which is the basic version. It's not a pro. So some of these AI tools are available on the basic Canva account as well. So one thing I noticed which really can help using the AI in Canva is when we are creating some of our flyers for social media, you can generate the content in line with the Toastmasters theme or what Toastmasters is about. So I'll show you a quick demonstration of that. So if I were to create a poster for Instagram, and yeah, the same thing that, so if I search for Toastmasters open house event, if not for AI, the templates that you would get in Canva are the ones that you see on the left. So it is open house in the traditional sense, where you're having an open house event to show, a house that is being listed or property that's being listed. So most of the images or the templates that Canva throws up is in line with the traditional terminology of open house. But with AI being introduced into Canva, you have this section which is showing up on top, which is called Magic Design. So any of these tools which has the prefix magic, all those are the ones that come under the Canva AI suite. So you have Magic Write, you have Magic Design, you have Magic Eraser, and so many of those different tools. So if you see the Magic Design, the kind of posters that you see, I know the colors are all totally off, but I'll get to that in a bit. But if you see some of the posters, it talks a little more about Toastmasters. It's generating the flyer content in line with what Toastmasters is about. So, for example, this one, join our Toastmasters open house, and it says, discover how to improve your speaking skills and boost your confidence with us. I didn't have to type any of this. It just naturally or automatically generated this. Okay, so that this is the difference I was saying in using AI within Canva as against not using the magic design and the standard templates that you get. So how do we convert this into our brand? So on top here, right beside the media, you see there is a drop down which says brand. So in your Canva account, if you most likely you would have set up the Toastmasters brand kit. If you would like to know how to do that, it is there in my presentation on Canva where I show how to set up the brand kit. So here I'm using the district's Canva account. So the brand kit is already selected or already set up. So I just have to select that and say see results. And if you see, it has already converted all those AI generated posters into our Toastmasters brand colors and brand fonts as well. So now if I see, it's got all the brand colors and fonts that are already incorporated. Now, some of these designs might not be the best. Like if you see some of them, they have a lot of weird shapes and elements being included. If I were to design it myself, I might not have used some of those elements. But at least if you are hard pressed for time and if you really want to generate some content very quickly, I would recommend this. So see, look at this, speak up, stand out, discover the power of public speaking. So some of these things you can use it. And how do you go about customizing this? So let's take this for example. So I say apply template. It uses up 1 credit of your account. So once you've done this, then you can go here and you can change the image. So if you don't want that particular image, if you have an image of your club members, let's say, you can replace that image. So if you're not too happy with, some of the elements, you can replace it, and then you can edit it based on your details. So the date and stuff like that, you can put it. So this is an easy way. At least everything else was automatically generated by the AI in Canva, which is the magic design. So I found this as one of the good usages. Likewise, if I go into the Canva, so on top here, you see your designs, you see templates, and you see Canva AI. So when you click Canva AI, and this again is available on the basic version as well. I have tested it on my personal account, which is the basic version. So some of the options, of course, will vary. Like some of the more advanced options might not be there on the basic version, but most of these you can see. So these are all what you can do using the AI that is inbuilt in Canva. If you want to create an image, if you want to create a design, if you want to create a video, so any of these options you can do. So simple things like if I were to say I want a poster to congratulate a club member for achieving their distinguished Toastmaster award. Okay, so this is the prompt that I'm giving the Canva AI. Now, what do I want to do? I want to create a design. So I select design. I want to create a flyer basically. Now, why do I want to create this flyer? Is it for social media? Is it for a presentation? Is it for some card and invitation? In my case, I want to create it for social media. And then I select which is the format. So which platform am I going to post? Is it on Facebook, on Instagram? So I usually go with the Instagram square format. So I'm selecting that. So once I do this, it'll throw up some designs. And again, disclaimer, some of the designs might not be the best, but at least it's a starting point for you. So it'll take a few minutes and it'll throw up some of the designs over here. It's still generating it. It's only two of them are showing. Yeah. So if you see it, it shows all these designs. Now, if I say I want to add the members' picture, so I would say something like include, this is the second prompt I'm giving, include the members' photo. So it's not going to have the members' photo, but it'll have a placeholder or it'll include a placeholder photo. So we have to give it a few moments to generate the design. Yeah. So once it's generating the design, if you see, it's got some placeholder that it is put. So here it's just a random image that it is put over here. We can go in and we can change that to the actual member's image. So like that, it'll give you a few options, and then if you're not happy with this, you can try to give more prompts, customize it further. That is what Angel was talking about, the prompt engineering. So here, let's say if I want to go in with this particular one. So it says, congratulations to our distinguished Toastmaster. And then I can use this Canva editor. So once I go into that, I can go and upload the member that I want to post this for. I can put in their name over here. And then again, you can use the brand kit and you can change the styles. So you can change it all to your Toastmaster colors. You can change it to your Toastmasters font. So this is some of the easy ways in which you can start experimenting the AI that is available within Canva. So you can use it for these award posters. You can use it for meeting recap, for meeting themes. All these are some of the usages that you can look at.
Thank you, Luna.
Yeah, I'll stop sharing. Any questions on that?
Hold on, I'll do questions after I finish.
Okay.
Okay, so two other things really quick before we go to questions. Um, I did, now I'm gonna warn you before I send this to you. I did a quick YouTube search while Lena was talking to get you two playlists differently on prompt engineering. I have not watched these, however, they got a lot of views. So I'm assuming that they're pretty good if they got like thousands of views. One is for like overall chat GPT and the others, the second one is more mid-journey based, which is like image, more image creation. Um, so this is just a good starting point. Like I said, I have not watched them personally yet, so I did save them to watch later. But if you wanted something to start with where you're not like leaving here lost, that's a good place. Like we said earlier, don't be afraid to tell it to fix it, because it will fix it. With that, we talked, you got a lot of information. We talked about what AI is, kind of a neural network of computers that have a lot of data that it uses to give you information, help you create, make decisions, things like that. It can do a lot of different things for your club. We gave you a brief list of like bulk creating, idea generation, themes, topics, summaries, marketing plans, social media plans, and timelines and things like that. It can do way more than that. Don't limit it to that, but also don't go dive in and get overwhelmed. Okay. Take it step by step, remembering it's not going to be perfect. Nothing is, but it's a tool that can help you do things quicker for your club and allow you to take less time in your doing your role than experiencing what that role entails. So yeah, that's AI. That's how it can help your club and very broad overview. I will tell you, as someone who just had to do a certification on AI agents, um, that certification on AI was a 4-hour course. So there's just know that one piece of the AI was a 4-hour course. So we tried to give you a good overview in an hour. There's a lot more out there. If you're interested in this type of thing, you want to know more, just go and do the research. If you have questions about where you can learn this type of stuff, send me an email. I can provide you some recommendations. Like I said, I work in this field, so like I know kind of the more reputable course teachings when it comes to things like that. But yeah, any questions for AI? You can get there with them. Now it doesn't feel weird anymore that I'm so spotlighted. Okay, so no one spoke out. I'm going to assume that your brains feel like mine does, and it's a little overwhelmed, and you're like, Angel, how am I gonna have questions? Like you just gave me all of this.
Yeah,
Reach out to Lena, let her know if you have questions. She will forward anything to me if needed. Um, have fun. That's the biggest thing here. AI is for two things. It is to help you reduce the amount of time and workload that you're doing, but it also can let you have a little bit of fun. It can enhance your creativity, it can give you new ideas. You can experiment, play around, do a lot of different things. It's really fun to see what it can do. And so yeah,
yeah.
have a good night, Mimi. I know Mimi said good night, so have a good night,
Yeah,
everyone,
Angel,
and a wonderful day ahead.
just to add, Angel, at least, I wanted to share with the group how I've been able to effectively use AI as the district PRM this year. So if you are following our district social media pages, you would notice that we have these recurring posts, which is like your motivational Mondays, word of the day Wednesdays, and inspirational quotes and all that. All these, I've been getting help from AI because sometimes yes, it is available on Google. You can even ask Google as well to give you a list of the quotes, inspiring quotes on the topic, on the theme of communication and leadership. But it's much easier to get it in AI, in Chat GPT, because as Angel said, you can ask it to give you the definition, a word usage, whether it's an adjective or a noun. So exactly in the format that you want to post, you can prompt AI or ChatGPT to give it to you in that format. So that is something that really has been helping me for all these recurring posts that we've been posting this year. So I just wanted to share that with you in case
Oh,
in your club you would like to explore a similar tool.
I'll add in something. So as district director, um, I like to get asked, why should I do things? when we're when we're talking about incentives, when we're talking about people stepping into leadership, right? And to be very honest with you, being autistic and the background I have, I'm not always the best at answering those types of questions. So I will be honest, I go to AI and I say, AI, hey, I have this question. Can you give me a little bit of insight? How can you help me understand how to relay this information to people? And it will actually help you be able to translate communication across like the different types of understanding. So people communicate differently. Like if you've ever took a communication course, there's like a bunch of different styles of communication. And so I'm very direct. Lena may not be. Um, I don't, Lena, we're good, but just as an example, you may be more indirect. And so as a direct person, I can go and ask, how can I relay this to someone who's less direct and also help it make sense to them and why they should do it? Um, and it can give you recommendations on how to talk about it. So it's really good at doing those types of things too. So if you're writing a speech and it has a difficult subject, it's really good to evaluate. Like you can plug your speech into there and say, "Hey, this is what I'm working on. It's a very deep or sensitive topic. What's the best way to present this to a group that may not have dealt with this before?" And it can help you with the wording. It can help you with the story structure. Because like I said, all AI does is it takes things that humans have already done, compiles it together, and presents an information that makes sense to what you're working on. So instead of doing a Google search and reading a bunch of books, it did all that for you and gave you the information. So it makes it a lot quicker to do that. Now remember, it's not always the best. It's You do not want to take a conversation from ChatGPT and try that out in person just the way it wrote it, because it won't make sense. But it can give you a guideline and an overview, and it can help you structure what you have to say. So yeah, just personal side of using it, it helps me communicate information to people, and a lot of people find certain things confusing. Oh, it's so for instance, but like right now, exactly in this moment, I'm having this problem. Um, in my brain, something may make perfect sense to me, and in Julie's brain, she doesn't get it at all. And I may not know how to describe or tell Julie how to do it because to me it becomes so natural that I don't even think about it. And so by using that to break it down for me, I'm able to go back to Julie later and say, hey, Julie, this is how we do this. And this is some steps you could take. Whereas if I'm not getting something, Julie knows that Julie could do the same thing to me and tell me how to do it too. So it's really good in those moments where you're like, I don't know what I did, I just did it. And giving you some help on doing that. Yep. So anyway,
Okay.
I'm gonna stop talking now.
Thank you. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, everyone, for joining in.